For hundreds of years, people didn't trust water. It could kill you. But there was one drink families trusted every single day, even gave to children. That drink was cider. Not the sweet stuff from a grocery store shelf today, something stronger, older, and stranger. Before we explain why water became dangerous, we tease a bigger question. How did something so ordinary turn into one of the most mysterious and forgotten stories in American history? We hint that this drink built fortunes, disappeared almost overnight, and left behind unanswered questions historians still argue about. This section should feel like the opening of a true crime documentary. Calm narration, ominous music, slow zoom on an old apple orchard photo, and on the line. But to understand how cider vanished, we have to go back further than you think. This creates immediate mystery and forward pull into section 2. Explain simply why drinking water was risky in the old days. Wells and rivers often sat close to waste, animals, and disease. Nobody understood germs yet, so communities searched for something safer to drink, even for kids at breakfast. This section reveals the harsh truth. Many towns lost people to sicknesses caused by dirty water, and nobody knew why till much later. Use short, dramatic sentences, like a whispered secret being uncovered. Plant unease by describing how entire families got sick after storms, when wells filled with runoff, and nobody connected the dots. Add a detail that feels almost eerie. Some towns blamed bad air or curses, never realizing the truth was hiding in their own water buckets. End with a suspenseful tease. One strange, ordinary drink was quietly protecting people, and almost nobody understood why it worked. Reveal how fermentation quietly made cider safer than water, without anyone understanding the science. Explain simply. Fermentation process killed off harmful bacteria, though nobody at the time knew germs existed. Families just noticed something strange. Those who drank cider stayed healthier than those who only drank water. Build mystery by describing this as an accidental discovery stumbled into by trial and error over generations. Mention old diaries describing whole families drinking cider from sunrise to sunset, including children, without anyone questioning why it felt safer. Add intrigue by noting some medical writers at the time invented odd, incorrect theories to explain cider's benefits, some almost superstitious. End with a suspenseful tease. There's one place where this accidental discovery didn't just help people, it became a way of life. And it happened right here in America. Take viewers back to early colonial America, where apple orchards weren't for eating apples, they were for making cider. Reveal the surprising fact that early American apples were often too bitter or sour to eat raw, so almost every apple grown was destined for a barrel. This section paints a nostalgic, almost cinematic picture. Colonial families, farms stretching for miles, barrels stacked in cellars, slowly introduce mystery. Some of these orchards held apple varieties that no longer exist anywhere on Earth today. Ask the audience to imagine tasting a flavor lost forever. Build unease by mentioning that record-keeping was poor, and many farms kept their recipes secret, passed only through family whispers. But one man would take this drink and turn it into an American legend, and his real story is nothing like what you were taught in school. Slow the pace down and paint a detailed, nostalgic picture of daily life on a colonial cider farm. Describe the cider press as the heart of the household, worked by hand, often by children as young as 10. Explain how cider wasn't just a drink, it was currency, used to pay workers, settle debts, even pay taxes in some colonies. This reveals a surprising truth. Many Americans, quite literally, lived on cider. Add emotional weight by describing how families passed down presses and recipes like treasured heirlooms, believing they'd last forever. Quiet unease by hinting that almost none of these traditions survived into modern times without yet explaining why. End with a soft, ominous tease. These families believed cider would always be part of American life. They had no idea what was coming. Introduce John Chapman, known to the world as Johnny Appleseed. Reveal the shocking twist most viewers don't know. He wasn't planting apples for pies. He was planting cider apples. Spreading orchards meant for alcohol, not snacks. This recontextualizes a beloved childhood story into something stranger and more adult. Describe him as an eccentric, barefoot wanderer who some neighbors found unsettling, even mysterious. Hint at rumors. Some accounts describe him as almost monk-like, refusing comfort, sleeping outdoors, living by his own rules. Build tension by asking a simple question. Why would a gentle, generous folk hero spend his whole life spreading a drink meant to get people drunk? And with, the answer isn't as innocent as the storybooks made it sound, and it's about to get stranger. Dig deeper into Johnny Appleseed's real motivations, slowly revealing a twist. Explained simply, land laws at the time required settlers to plant orchards to legally claim territory. This means Johnny Appleseed's generous-seeming gift of free apple trees may have doubled as a clever, calculated land strategy, helping settlers, and possibly himself, secure property. Frame this like a documentary reveal, gently undercutting the folk hero image without fully destroying it. Add mystery by mentioning that historians still debate how much of his kindness was pure generosity versus quiet business sense. Build suspense by teasing that this wouldn't be the last time cider's history hid something more complicated beneath a friendly surface. End with, even Johnny Appleseed's story fades in comparison to what cider was about to become, and just as fast, how it would nearly disappear completely. Walk through cider's peak years in early America, a time when it outsold beer and was more common at dinner tables than coffee or tea. Use vivid, nostalgic imagery. Wooden mugs, candlelit taverns, farmers ending long workdays with a cold cup of cider. Describe how entire local economies were built around apple orchards and cider presses, with some families becoming quietly wealthy. Introduce a mysterious tension. Not everyone approved of cider's popularity, and whispers of resistance were growing in the background. Foreshadow a coming shift. Something almost nobody saw approaching. End on suspense. Cider seemed unstoppable, and it had fans in the highest places in the land, places you'd never expect. Reveal a surprising historical connection. Several U.S. founding fathers were deeply devoted cider drinkers, some even growing their own secret orchards. Focus on the emotional, mysterious angle, describing detailed personal writings, expressing obsession with perfecting cider recipes, almost as passionate as any modern celebrity hobby. Add intrigue by mentioning failed experiments, secret recipes, and personal disappointment when results didn't meet expectations. Use documentary-style narration, treating these historical figures like flawed celebrities with hidden struggles. Slowly hint that their personal cider habits contradicted their public image, creating an early example of a hidden downfall story hundreds of years before modern celebrity scandals. End with, but their secret cider obsession was nothing compared to what was quietly happening in the orchards themselves. Reveal the slow-building forces working against cider before its fall. Simplify complex history into an easy narrative. New immigrants brought beer-making traditions. Industrial cities grew, and railroads made it easier to transport other drinks nationwide. Cider, tied to small farms and slow traditions, began losing ground to faster, mass-produced alternatives. Add an emotional layer. Describe how families who had made cider for generations began to feel pushed aside, their traditions quietly disappearing. Hint at darker forces gathering in the distance, growing moral movements beginning to view alcohol, including cider, as dangerous and sinful. Build unease by suggesting this wasn't just an economic shift, it was the beginning of a cultural war. End with a suspenseful statement, but nothing could have prepared cider makers for what was coming next, a nationwide movement that would destroy everything they built. Introduce Prohibition as the dramatic turning point, framed almost like a true crime twist. Explain simply, in 1920, alcohol became illegal across America, and cider, once trusted more than water, was suddenly treated like a criminal's drink. Describe the shock families felt as generations of tradition became a crime overnight. Add emotional weight by imagining a farmer staring at his own orchard, now considered dangerous property. Introduce a chilling detail. Government agents were sent out to inspect farms, searching for hidden barrels and secret presses. Build suspense by hinting that not every farmer gave up quietly. Some fought back in ways that were never fully recorded. End with a haunting cliffhanger. What happened next in America's orchards was so extreme, so desperate, that most people today have never heard the full story. Reveal the devastating, almost secretive destruction of America's cider orchards during Prohibition. Describe orchards being chopped down, some by the owners themselves out of fear of punishment. Add emotional weight. Generations of family history wiped out in a single legal decision. Introduce a chilling detail. Many rare apple varieties grown nowhere else in the world disappeared forever during this time, lost to history with no record left behind. Build mystery by suggesting some orchards were destroyed secretly at night to avoid government inspectors, entire family fortunes reduced to firewood in darkness. Add a haunting visual, axes swinging under moonlight, families weeping over trees planted by their grandparents. End with, by the time Prohibition ended, cider wasn't just weakened, it had almost vanished completely. But that's not even the strangest part of this story. Explore the decades after Prohibition, when cider nearly disappeared from American culture entirely. Describe how beer and soda took over grocery shelves and how an entire generation grew up never knowing cider had once been the safer, more trusted drink. Use nostalgic tone here. Mention old family recipes lost, grandparents who remembered real cider but couldn't find it anywhere. Slowly build a mysterious angle. Some believe certain apple varieties were deliberately left out of replanting efforts, quietly erased from American agriculture on purpose. Hint at conspiracy without confirming it, letting viewer imagination build tension. Add a personal, almost secretive tone, as if uncovering a story history books skipped over intentionally. End on suspense. For nearly 100 years, cider stayed in the shadows until something unexpected brought it roaring back. Shift tone slightly, introducing hope and revival. Describe how in recent decades, small farmers and history lovers began searching for lost apple varieties, determined to bring back the original cider. Use emotional language, comparing this to rediscovering a forgotten family heirloom. Mention how modern taste testers describe old cider recipes as completely different from what people expect today. Less sweet, more complex, almost mysterious in flavor. Build intrigue by teasing that some of these rediscovered apples came from abandoned orchards, decades untouched, almost frozen in time. Hint that this revival uncovered secrets nobody expected, including surprising historical details quietly ignored by history books for generations. End on suspense. But this comeback also revealed something unsettling, a discovery that would change how we understand cider's entire past. Deepen the mystery by exploring lost apple varieties, some of which had strange, almost secretive names passed down through generations. Describe how thousands of unique apple types once existed in America, many suited only for cider, and how most have vanished without ever being recorded properly. Use emotional, almost mournful tone, comparing this loss to losing a piece of American identity. Introduce intrigue by mentioning modern researchers stumbling upon unmarked, forgotten trees in old, abandoned fields, unsure if they've rediscovered something historic. Build suspense by suggesting some of these unmarked orchards may hold flavors nobody has tasted in over a century. Hint that not everyone wants these secrets uncovered, teasing a subtle conflict between historians and modern land developers. End with, but even this mystery pales next to the darkest secret in cider's forgotten history. introduce a heavier, more mysterious chapter, the exploitation and hardship hidden behind cider's golden years. Explain simply that some orchard workers, including enslaved people and underpaid laborers, played a major uncredited role in cider's success, a truth often left out of nostalgic retellings. Use a serious, respectful tone here, emphasizing historical accuracy without becoming graphic or exploitative. Build emotional weight by describing how this side of cider's story was hidden for generations, quietly erased from popular memory. Introduce mystery by mentioning newly uncovered records and letters that are only recently reshaping how historians understand cider's true origins. Build suspense by hinting that these discoveries are changing textbooks even today. End with, this wasn't just a story about a drink, it was a mirror into America's complicated past, and there's still one mystery left unsolved. Present a genuine, unresolved historical puzzle, such as debates among historians about the original mother apple varieties used in America's first cider, or disagreements over which colony truly started the tradition. Frame this like an ongoing detective case, complete with competing theories and inconclusive evidence. Use suspenseful narration, describing conflicting old letters, missing farm records, and rival historical claims. Build intrigue by suggesting new DNA testing on old apple trees is only just beginning to reveal answers, with more discoveries expected soon. Add a personal touch, describing how everyday people, not just scientists, are helping crack this mystery by rediscovering forgotten trees in their own backyards. End with an open-ended cliffhanger. As of today, this mystery remains unsolved, but everything we uncovered next changed how we see cider forever. Reveal a present-day layer of intrigue. Some cider-making families today guard century-old recipes as closely as a family secret, refusing to share them even with researchers. Describe how a handful of small farms claim to have preserved recipes passed down since before Prohibition, hidden in journals or memorized rather than written down. Build mystery by suggesting some of these families fear history repeating itself, worried that if their recipes become too well known, they could lose control of them again. Add emotional depth by describing the quiet pride and protectiveness in these family stories, treating tradition almost like treasure. Hint that a few of these hidden recipes may be the closest thing left to tasting original American cider. End with, what these families are protecting might be more important than anyone realized. Cider was never just a drink. It was once a daily part of life, a forgotten tradition, and a piece of American history that nearly disappeared. Today, small family farms and modern cider makers are bringing back lost recipes and discovering flavors far richer and more complex than store-bought cider. From ancient drinks to medieval drinks, this fermented apple drink has always carried deep meaning. The story of cider reminds us how memory, tradition, and taste can survive through time. Cider almost vanished from American memory completely, and what we're about to reveal next will change how you see this drink forever.